All right, good afternoon. This is week 3 of office workout of the day. We will be doing some kickboxing. Before we do that, we're doing some mobility and strength. So this is week 3 of our Fit in February series. Thank you all for being here today. We're gonna start with some jumping jacks and marching. As a quick review, when we march, I am marching by swinging my arms to parallel, not just like swinging my arms here in front, but all the way up, all the way back, rotating my back, rotating my upper back, swinging like that, and I'm pulling my heels to my bum. I'm not stomping on the ground. Cool? So we're gonna do 10 marches and 10 jumping jacks, just to get our body warmed up in different planes. The jumping can be actual jumping jacks, or it can be stepping out back and forth just to get the body moving. Some of you might be doing jumping jacks like this, okay? Try to bring your hands all the way up if you have that range of motion still. Okay, here we go. We're gonna do 10 marches. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If that's too fast for you, it's okay. Just keep moving with me. 10 jumping jacks. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, 2 more times. Marching. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then jumping jacks. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, whatever version, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. Here we go. Marching. We're getting some movement into our spine and shoulders and hips. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right into 10 jumping jacks. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, that's our general warm-up. We did 3 rounds of 10 marches per side, 3 rounds followed by 10 jumping jacks. If you're just joining, feel free to do that as a warm-up if you'd like. Now, some shoulder circles. You guys have done these shoulder circles with me before, so let's do some real quick. Forward and backwards. Okay, you're pretty familiar with this by now. All right, now let's go in this frontal plane here, okay? So instead of on the sagittal plane or just going front and back, I'm gonna go side to side. I'm gonna go up and reach up, okay? 3. So as I'm doing this, I'm trying to allow my spine to rotate. As I reach up, I'm trying to think of lengthening my spine. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, other way. Big circles. Allow your mid back to rotate. Keep your hips. Allow everything to rotate. 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna do some more shoulder circles this time in the transverse plane. Okay, let's start simple. I want you to pretend you have your hands together. You're gonna chop across, and you're gonna chop across the other way, okay? So I'm gonna chop diagonally down, chop diagonally down. So I'm gonna do that with the big circles. So arms like so, down, reach up, and then cut across down. Okay, so we're doing infinity circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, now I'm gonna go backwards like this. Now, get a bit confused. I like thinking about it as like a tennis racket. I'm serving, 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 okay? All right, so here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, relax your neck, 5, shoulders relaxed. 4, good. 3, 2, and 1. All right, blood is flowing into our arms. We're moving in different planes, feeling good so far. Let's get our hips moving, hip circles. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. I'm not sure if you've ever walked through a lot of snow or mud or whatever, or fence, but we're gonna pretend we're crawling or climbing over big obstacles and just taking these big steps. So I'm gonna start with my knees going to the outside, coming in. Okay, and I'm just gonna step back in the same spot. Okay, we're gonna do 5 per leg, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. Let's go the other way. Now I'm gonna step inside, out. 1, good, and 2, 3, and 4, and 5. Alrighty. That's shoulders, that's hips. Next on my list is spine. Spine's pretty important. Okay, so I like doing this seated. You don't have to sit. But I find that when I do my spine work and I stand, sometimes my hips kind of come into play. And I end up mobilizing my hips instead of my spine. So by sitting down, I kind of block it. It doesn't really matter though. You can stand as well if that feels good for you, okay? So I'm gonna stand, my knees will be slightly wide apart. I wanna keep my hips square. I'm gonna hug my shoulders, and I'm gonna tuck my chin around my back and extend and lift my chest to the sky, okay? So around and extend. So I'm doing flexion and extension in the sagittal plane, front and back. We're doing 5, look up, and 4. I'm gonna try to articulate one vertebrae at a time. 3, and up, and 2, and 1. All right, that's the front sagittal plane, or whatever, like just front and back. Now we're gonna go side to side, okay? So I'm gonna take my shoulder and try to bring it to my hip and just kind of do a crunch. As I feel the stretch on this side, I wanna articulate through my spine and not necessarily through my hips. I don't wanna do this, I wanna do, especially if you're standing, I wanna do this, crunch, okay? Pivot points here. All right, let's do 5 per side. 1, 1, 2, 2. Don't force it, just move it. 3. We're just trying to lubricate the area. 4, 4, and 5, and 5. Now we're gonna rotate, transverse plane. So head looks over first, shoulders, other way, 1, and 2, and 2, and 3, and 3, and 4, and 4, and 5, and 5. You might notice that at the end of each range, I try to exhale, just because it tells my body that it's okay, it's a safe position, and I can relax instead of going to the end and just holding my breath, because then my body gets tight as well, okay? So if you end up trying it again, try to think about being very intentional with your breathing. Next up, we have wrist, ankles, and then we're going right into things, okay? All right, wrists. Wrist circles. Back, we're gonna go 5 to 10 in each direction, doesn't really matter. All right, just these guys. So I'm just kind of pushing that out, get a nice little stretch. Now I'm gonna pull my hand down, okay, like so. Then if I want to bend, pull my fingers into, if I want, just a little bit, and just slightly extend. 5, 4, I want to feel a bit of tension, but not too much. 3, gentle, 2, and 1. It's a nice little floss. So I'm not just pulling this in, but I'm also curling in my fingers a little bit. I'm gonna do it down here with my little elbows bent. And when I straighten it, I should feel a little bit more of a stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, fingers are somewhat warmer. Ankles, so I'm just do my calf raises, calf raise, and then shoot my hips back to lift up the front of my feet. Not my toes, but my entire foot off the ground. And when I do that, I want to engage my tibialis anterior, the muscles on the front of my shin. When I lift my heels up, I want my soleus and my calves to be engaged, okay? You can have some support if you like, or you can be free. 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, a little bit later than I expected. It's a 12:15. I still have some strength and then kickboxing to show you all. So let's try this out. Let's try it out. In our first week, we did our plank. Our plank is on the ground or on an elevated surface, shoulders over. I want to think about making sure that I'm not arching. Sorry, if I'm standing, I don't want this with my low back. I want to actually round it a little bit, tuck my tailbone under my hip, and I pretend there's a candle under your belly button. So you want to lift almost a little hollow. So when I'm in this position, I'm going to squeeze my bum and I'm going to tuck it in. Let's hold that for a minute. Now for those who are up for it, we can start alternating and just tapping your shoulder nice and gentle. Okay? Yeah, so start now, yes. We're just going for a minute. Minute starts now. Yes. Okay, so you can do alternating shoulder taps, but do it controlled. Don't like go fast. I want you to lift. Notice how your hips want to rotate, and notice how you're fighting that rotation. Shoulders are away from your ears, and even if this is not available to you, you can just stay this plank. You can go on your knees. You can also elevate the surface like I am doing here. Okay, I've got 30 more seconds. This one arm plank is a big challenge. What we're doing though is that we're getting more stability, more strength in our core. Good. 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, that's feeling good. All righty, we're gonna add a push-up, okay? So I think you all know the push-up. We've done this before. Just as a quick review, we're not coming in like this or flaring our elbows or my head coming between my hands. I want my head to come in front, so when I'm doing that push-up, my hands start under my shoulders, but when I end up at the bottom, my hands are actually behind my shoulders so that my forearm is vertical to the ground, okay? You can use your knees, you can elevate the surface, you can do it against the wall. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a push-up. I'm gonna turn to the side of my feet and I'm gonna do a plank. Lift my hips, crunch, okay? Pause, we're gonna come back, we're gonna do a push-up, back up, and pause. As I pause up here, I wanna really crunch up here, all right? You can do this also on your knees. After the push-up, you can kind of rotate. You see how my knee is on the ground? I'm just lifting my hips and I'm squeezing my bum to get hip extension and reaching up. I want to really feel that oblique, so I'm going to actually lift my hips a bit more and crunch. Okay? We're just going to do 5 reps per side. We're not doing a lot of high intensity cardio today. We're focusing on quality. Okay? So just 5 reps, your best reps. Go nice and slow. Follow my pace if you can. Here we go. Starting at the top, we're going to lower ourselves down. Pause. We're going to come up. We're going to lift one hand and then start the rotation. Plank. Back down. And push up again. 2. Or this is 1 on the other side. Lift. Then rotate. Crunch. Reach. Coming back down, we're building structure. Strong push-up. Lift. Rotate. Here's 2 on the first side. Good. 2. Lift. Rotate. Reach. And 3. Lift. Rotate, crunch up and reach. 3. Up. Lift. Rotate. Lift, crunch up and reach. 2 more per side. 4. Up. Lift. Rotate. Crunch, lift the ribs up. That's it. Last one. 4 on the other side. Push up, lift, twist, lift that hip up, crunch those obliques, back, last one, down, up, lift, rotate, reach, last one on the last side, push up, lift, twist, reach, back down. All right, if you did that properly, you got both the front plank, the one-arm plank, and a side plank in there. You should start to feel all this core engaged. The last thing we're gonna do is practice getting off the ground. We've done burpees as a way to do that. Another way to do that is going from the ground, standing up. There's different parts of this movement here where I'm lying down and getting up, standing up. Now that's a very intuitive movement for many people, but for others, it's a bit more complicated. Either way, we're gonna focus on one element of that get up, and that's just the lunge, okay? The lunge is where you start from your knees and you finish on your feet. This lunge is a pretty crucial part to getting up off the ground, and getting good at lunging is going to improve your capacity to get up and down from the ground, okay? I know it's past the 12:20 mark, which is usually the kickboxing time, but I want to spend a bit more time investing in this lunge because doing this properly can take pain away from your knees and also help build really good glutes, which don't get a lot of use from all this sitting we do all day. So without further ado, let's do this. So with my lunge, I just split my feet, okay? My feet are parallel tracks, shoulder width apart, and I'm coming down, bringing my knees down. Just knee down, I'm just taking a knee. When I'm doing this, I'm not driving my knee forward, okay? I'm thinking about shooting my front hip, back and down, engaging my bum. You should feel your bum stretch, and I'm almost pulling myself down so that I'm sitting back and driving my knee down, and then rest softly. From there, stand up, I squeeze my bum, and I drive through my heels, not my toes, to stand up. Driving through your heels tend to help engage the bum a lot more. So let's try that again. Here's 2, and up. If you need balance, just hold a wall or something, and 3, and I like this, okay, just to have it there, and up, and 4, and up, and 5, and up. We're gonna switch legs. You're gonna be in this split stance. You're gonna try to shoot your hips back, rotate towards the front leg to shoot that hip socket back a bit as you lower. Now we'll get a nice little stretch in your glutes. Now press up. That's 1. Hips back in 2. Good. 3. And up. And 4. Up. And 5. And up. Learning to get down to the ground and up off the ground with control is a pretty essential skill and to build if you want to reduce your risk of injury from falling. All right, that was that's the strength piece. That's the workout today. It's a little bit shorter on the cardio, but heavier on technique and foundations. You can certainly implement those and add layers and add intensity and speed, but I always want to add intensity and speed on top of a very good foundation, not on crappy technique where you're going to get injuries at your weak links, okay? Next, finally, we have kickboxing. So it's week 3 now. I'm going to introduce one of our staple combos in kickboxing, and it's just the jab, cross, hook, uppercut. It's a 4-hit combo using all different strikes. From last week, you remember the jab, cross, okay? These are straight punches, okay? The hooks and uppercuts are circular punches. One's coming from the side and one's coming from underneath. All of these hit the chin and face area for now, okay? So I'm gonna start with my hands at my chin. I'm gonna step in and throw my jab, okay? So I have just a slight rotation of my hands as if I'm pouring a pitcher of water. Cross, backhand, I'm pivoting on my foot. Good, now as I come back, my front hand's gonna do a hook. So I just keep my hand at a 90-degree angle, like I'm stirring a pot. And I pivot on that front leg. Now for that uppercut, this backhand drops a bit, and I tilt to the side a bit, and then I rotate my spine as I lift. Boom, little uppercut, okay? So all together, step in, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, boom, step back. Let's do that 4 more times together. Step in, jab, cross, hook, uppercut. Good. And 3, jab, cross, hook, uppercut. And 4, jab, cross, hook, uppercut. And 5, jab, cross, hook, uppercut. Awesome. Right foot forward. Here we go. Step in, right jab, left cross, right hook, left uppercut. If you're new to this, this is a lot to pick up within the next 3 minutes. But do your best, have fun. Don't worry about being perfect. Focus on being consistent. Step in, jab, cross, hook, uppercut. Good. Now here's 3, step in, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, and 4, and 5. Jab, cross, hook, uppercut. All right. Our last thing to do is add kicks. It's 12:26, so be respectful of all your times to be finished at 12:30. Here we go. Step in, jab, cross, hook, uppercut. My left foot's forward. I'm going to switch my feet. So now my right foot's forward. I'm going to give me 2 roundhouse kicks. Remember, before the roundhouse kicks, I turn my front foot to the outside. I aim my knee at an angle, and then I extend my leg. 1, back down, and 2. Then I jump back and I switch to my left foot forward. All right? Again, jab, cross, hook, uppercut. Boom. Switch your stance. Pre-turn your foot. 2 roundhouse kicks. Boom. Switch back. Here's 3, jab, cross, hook, uppercut. Switch, 2 kicks. Switch back. And 4, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, switch, 2 kicks. And 5, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, switch, 2 kicks. Good. Right foot forward now. We're doing the same thing. Step in, jab, cross, hook uppercut, switch, pre-turn, 2 kicks. Now, for those who are more advanced, you can kick and pivot as you kick. But for most of us, especially for starting out, it's just helpful for stability and balance. Here's number 2, jab cross, hook uppercut, switch, 2 kicks. And 3, jab cross, hook uppercut, switch, 2 kicks, switch back. And 4, switch, 2 kicks, back to my right foot forward. And last one, jab cross, hook uppercut, switch, 2 kicks. Alrighty. Now, not much time left, so I'm gonna do one of my favorite things I like to do to get the heart burning. We're just gonna do a jab cross burnout, okay? As I do this, I'm gonna run on the spot. So whatever hand is punching, the other leg lifts. Okay, so I'm gonna start slow, just so you can get the feel for it. And I'm gonna go, and just kind of go at a nice steady pace. Okay, you can go super fast if you like, but it doesn't matter. I want you to go at an 80% speed. Okay, and I'm not looking forward. Okay, we're gonna go for about 1 minute, and every time I count 1, we're gonna do a burpee together. So hands on the ground or on an elevated surface, step or kick out, and hop. Okay, we're gonna do 10 burpees and then we're done. Ready? And 1, boom. And 2. And 3. Nice. And 4. Remember, you don't have to jump out. And 5. Hands somewhere, step out, jump out. And 6. And 7. Eight, 9, 8, and 9. Last one. Coming up in 3, 2, 1, and set. All right. That's it for office workout of the day, week 3, February 16th. We're gonna do a quick group photo for those who are free. Recording done.